So this is the review for One Piece manga chapter 843, Vinsmoke Sanji and Oda. Got me over here all up in my feelings right now. We'll talk about just some of the minor stuff that went through in the everything before getting to, the gut-wrenching part. So, it starts off with Master Cracker is defeated, he's done, he's out. Luffy finishes him, so, we got confirmation on that. The whole messed up face and everything. And he's actually, ricocheted all the way back to the main town area of Whole Cake Island. And after that, we see Mama with little people around her, and they're saying how the other two commanders have arrived. So that's Lord Katakuri, I think that's how you say it, and that's Potato Starch, and Lord Smoothie have arrived. So we don't see them yet, we just get their names, but they are at the main location now. And when Master Cracker falls and impales himself in the ground, he's arrived by his siblings, and that's the Minister of Cheese, 19th son Charlotte Montador, Minister of Whipped Cream, a 15th son Charlotte Opera, and Mistress of Butter, 18th daughter of Charlotte Galette. And you just get to see them. They have pretty cool designs. It's always interesting when you get to see I keep sniffling, more of Big Mom's children, so I enjoyed that. And then we find out something really big, and that's that none of the other children have Big Mom's Vivita card. And to me, what that says is, Lola must have left on some kind of good terms with her mom. Her mom must have allowed her to leave and said, here's my Vivita card, so you can have this so you can get back home. So it's not like she just, in my head, it's not like she just, ran away. I think that's what the pudding said. But, her mom must have given her, Big Mom must have given her that Vivita card, which is, it's important to note since, nobody else has one on there. And that's why, it's so imperative that Nami is controlling everyone. And then we talk about the commander that was defeated, and that was Commander Snack. And it was said that after he was defeated, that Master Cracker and his forces went out and they were going to, destroy the people who did it. And Mama, as well, her rage, where's that panel? Because that was, is this it? No, it's further back. Because I wrote some notes down, but Cracker's troops swarmed out into the sea to seek revenge, and Linlin created a storm, which was supposedly the physical manifestation of her rage. And Pound goes on to say how she had the ability to control and manipulate weather. So we already know that she has the soul fruit, so she controls souls. So my guess, and I had mentioned this in my live reaction too, is that the rings, because she has a whole bunch of rings on her finger, which I'm assuming, because he says her left hand can summon Zeus, the thunder god, and her right hand can summon Prometheus, the sun. So my assumption, I love that panel too, is I guess a thunder fruit. I don't really know what the purpose of that would be, but that's one. And then I'm trying to think, Prometheus the sun, because it's not, one of the admirals has a light fruit. We know it's not the fire fruit. So is there a sun fruit? How would the sun fruit work? So I'm interested to see more of that, but I definitely think it's probably, because they're saying, her right and her left hands, and you saw, I think it was when we had that big spread of her, with her name and everything, she had a ring, she had a whole bunch of rings on her finger, so I'm assuming, we saw the, what was it, Frankfurt, the knife elephant, so I'm assuming it's probably the same thing. And she's a Yonka, so it wouldn't be surprising if she had that knowledge, especially if I was thinking especially if Caesar and Vegapunk, that's a whole other bunch of stuff to get into, but in my head it makes sense that she would have the her rings would be able to have the devil fruits in which she would be able to summon this. And they say that they defeated him completely. So I know people have been saying that possibly Arouge was the one who defeated him. I don't know necessarily now, because they're saying it was rumored. First off, it's rumored. And they're saying they completely destroyed him. So I don't know if it was him or not, because we know he's still alive. He was bandaged up, but because I don't know. I may be getting mixed up. People will let me know in the comments down below, and I'll probably read more into it later, because I just did my review and I wanted to get this stuff put out too. Because now I'm trying to remember because they say he was the first one to get close. I'll have to look that up later. But yeah. So then, and I think it's interesting too, because after that you go back to Luffy, and he's thinking about all the stuff that they've had to go through to get to Sanji. The letter, losing Peckham's, them getting to the island, they met Pudding, they get to the spot, she's not there. Now, Chopper and Carrot, they're stuck in the mirror world. It's like all the stuff they had to go through, and I don't know if I really remember Luffy really just ever thinking about everything that's been in their way when trying to get something done. And then you see that Chopper and Carrot they're still in the mirror world, and they're talking to Nami on a mirror, and they're like, we're all right, we're okay, and they're screaming as they're going around, because presumably Brule is still fighting them and still chasing them all throughout the mirror world, and that's still just going on. But what happens is at one point the mirror breaks, so I'm assuming when they were running something must have happened in the world and Brule broke that mirror. So it stands within reason that she can break the mirrors from within her world. And to the gut-wrenching part, yeah, I got so excited. Like, they found Sanji, but you already knew from like the past couple of chapters that Sanji can't leave. He has the things on his wrist, so he can't go from that. They told him they're gonna kill Zeph, and you see they're in the Tsunami and Luffy, they're in the tree and they're running, and the tree's like, well, your luck hasn't run out yet. And you see the cat ridge. That's what it's called, not a carriage, a cat ridge. And they see it, and Luffy's so excited, and he's just excited to see his friend again. And he just keeps talking and talking, and he's talking to him. And then you see all of this turmoil that's on Sanji's face. Like, he's like, what are you doing here? And the funny moment is his brothers, they're like got these these staunch like murderer faces, and the hard eyes, of course, when they see Nami. And one of them's drooling a little bit, but you see it's like Luffy's just going on and on, like, yeah, we're so happy to see you, it took us a little while here, but so-and-so's here, we're here, and we're so happy to see you. And you just see like Sanji is going through all the stuff. He's going through stuff about the handcuffs. He's going through what Vito told him about people not showing up to not responding to an invitation to the tea party. And then you see the picture of Zeph, and you're just like, oh gosh, this is not gonna end well at all. And he kicks in the face. He kicks Luffy out of the carriage. And Luffy's like, what the hell, man? And the thing, it's just like this cute, you see this cute little face beforehand, and you just see Sanji's foot just, like, out the carriage. And he says, leave, you filthy, lowly sea slugs. And it just reminds me of how Cracker was saying all these things that Sanji would say to him. He's like, he's going to be talking down to you all, like, you all are beneath me. And Luffy was furious, like, you don't know Sanji. Sanji's not going to talk to us that way. Sanji goes on, my name is Vinsmoke Sanji. I'm a prince of the German kingdom. And all of this stuff. And you're just like, no, gosh, no. And then he's saying all these horrible things. And you see Nami's crying face, she's welling up. You can see like the tears are welling up. And at the end, it ends off on him saying, "I'll be the one to take all this trash back to where they belong." So I'm curious, is Sanji going to leave his is he leaving the cat ridge and his family to go like escort Nami and Luffy away, or like what does that mean? Are we going to take all the trash back to where they belong? And Luffy has this horrible face, and Sanji has this mean face, and it's just like, what's gonna happen? What's It's like, I need to know what happens next, and now I have to wait another week. I'm just, it's one of those things. You just, oh gosh, Oda got my heart in all different kinds of modes. I'm just trying to absorb this all, because now I'm trying to figure out, because I mean, even when you had the wrist thingies, and then you thought, oh well, if they beat Big Mom, they'll be able to get the key back, and it was kind of sort of like with the whole thing with Robin. And then they bring out the Zeph stuff, like, we're gonna kill him. And I remember thinking, like, oh gosh, how are they gonna defeat them? And part of me is like, if you had Law there, he could just ruin everything, and then the cuss would be off, and we'd be fine. But then you still have the Zeph stuff, and I'm like, if we had the whole team there, then I feel like we could. In my head, if the whole team was there, I wouldn't be as like, how is Oda gonna fix this? Because the whole team is there, but it's half the team. And I don't know how this is gonna work out. It was a super dope chapter though. I would give it I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. It was a really good chapter. Some stuff I didn't really care to see, but it was good. I was pretty entrenched in it the whole time, and I'm just like, what's gonna happen next? I really want to know. But please, like, comment, rate, subscribe. I will be doing a lot of One Piece manga reviews and live reactions, as well as anime stuff too, and then just a whole bunch of other TV stuff. I love TV, love One Piece, and I'd love to talk to you guys more about it. So check me out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. All right, take care. Bye.